Dear IKEA, I love your kitchens, I really do, and I install them every single day of the work week. But you made some changes that we need to talk about because they're not all good, and I do not think that you thought about these from an installation point of view really carefully. So allow me to share my experience. They have been here for a while now, at least on the North American market where I operate, and I don't like them. Let's start with the good stuff. The good stuff is that you change that little fella to the black one. And I like black better than transparent. But it's not really important because I don't use these. You may use them in Europe where you have solid brick walls, but in North America it's all drywall on mostly wooden studs. And that means that we have to put up the rail always. I have installed 150 kitchens now, and I have used these never, really never. So this is not important, but I just like to start with something positive. That's good. Now we move on with something that has zero importance. So it really doesn't matter to me, but I'm going to mention it anyway. Those screws that we use for putting on the bracket on which the cabinet hangs, now they have a tiny little thing at the end of it. And I don't know why that is. If it's from a production point of view, I doubt that. If it's because you think it will go easier in the hole, it will not. And if it's because it's hanging any stronger than the old one, I don't think so, because out of the 150 kitchens I have installed, that is, I don't know, 2,500 cabinets, 2,000 cabinets. As far as I know, none of them has fallen down yet. So this was good. This is as good, but a tiny bit more difficult to get to grip into the hole than the old one. So I don't see the point of this one. It could be a cost reduction though. I don't know. They look the same apart from the tip of the screw. So you can keep that if you like. If you need a little wind, keep this one. Now on to something more serious that is really troubling me, because this has an impact on my daily life when I install kitchens, because you made it a bit more difficult. And I don't know which one is the worst of those two. So I will just, I'll just pick one to begin with. Let's start with this one, the distance piece that is sitting right here at the back of the cabinet, on the wall cabinet as well as the base cabinet and the high cabinets. You know the function of this, so I don't need to tell you. I'll do it anyway to keep distance, so we have the same distance at the top of the cabinet as we have at the bottom of the cabinet. But believe it or not, the walls are not always plumb, and that means that either I have to shim right here, or I have to reduce the height of this one. And this one was a lot better than the new one, because on this one I can take my oscillating tool and I can shave a bit of this even when the cabinet is installed, and I can move the cabinet closer to the wall in order to make it plumb if I have a wall that is leaning back. If I have a wall that is leaning forward, it doesn't matter whether I use this one or this one, because I have to shim anyway. But if the wall is leaning back and I have to take a bit off, this one allows me to do so, because we got two nails that are not sitting in the same plane as this. The new one, however, this tiny little distance piece has one nail sitting right there, and it's not countersunk or anything, which means that it doesn't allow me to shave anything off it, because my oscillating tool will just hit that nail, right? I have tried to take a very thin screw and use, instead of a nail, kind of to drive it into the plastic of this, but it's not working well. So what I've done so far is on base cabinets and high cabinets that are standing on legs, I don't use this at all, not at all. On wall cabinets, on the other hand, I have to take it off if the wall is leaning back, and I have to use shims. So I'm using a lot more shims, and I'm using a lot more time to do all this. So this one, please add some re-engineering or go back to this one. This one is not working, and I guarantee you that you have not tested it with your installation people. Maybe in Sweden, all the walls are super plumb, but in North America, not really. Not really. So that's one big one. Please fix. The next and the last one is also big. The screws we're using for connecting the cabinets or putting on panels. You may think that I use the screws that comes with most panels to connect the panels, but I really don't, because I like to hide the screw behind either a shelf or behind a hinge if possible. So I don't see a screw when I open the door to that cabinet. And the screws that come with the cabinet, they do not have a head like that. They have a pan head. That means they'll be protruding a bit, so the hinge will not sit right. So I hardly use those, only at the back of the cabinet, but these I use at the front. And the new one, somehow you thought it was cool to remove 60% of the threads. I know the thinking behind it, because then we don't need to clamp that well, because when it goes through the first layer and it grips into the second layer, it will pull them together, whereas if we have thread all the way, it is only logical to think that, oh, we got threads in both layers, so it will not pull, but it will, and we definitely need that pull force that this screw can provide, because this one provides nothing. I always use a clamp. I'm very meticulous. I line up and I adjust, and then I put in a screw, and I even pre-drill. And with this one, I pre-drill just so my drill is poking a hole in the second layer, because if I don't do so, sometimes they can move away a bit from each other, the two layers, you know, the two cabinet gables. With this one, I have tried to pre-drill. I have tried not to pre-drill. I have tried putting it in where it's pre-drilling a little bit all the way through, like I do with this one. And sometimes it works, but 9 out of 10 times, this one is not even being flush with the surface of the cabinet. So it's really, really not good. This one I can fix by using other screws. Go to the hardware store and get some screws. That's not the problem. It's inconvenient, yes. So I would like you to bring this one back. I love this one. I don't like this one. Yeah, can we do that? Thank you so much. And anything else I'd like to mention? No, not really. So that's about it. I hope you will see this as an opportunity to get some input from non-IKEA workers who are installing kitchens on a daily basis, because I certainly am doing so. Thank you for listening. I hope you will reach out if you need more input. Otherwise, just go back to the procurement department and say, Carl Johan, you need to change this now.